Hey there everyone, this is Joe in General, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast. It's your weekly Bitcoin price analysis update. It's Wednesday the 12th of July 2017. I think this one's going to be pretty brief, I believe. We'll see how we go, but not a whole heap to go through because it's kind of pretty similar-ish to my last couple of videos except for this little price dip. We'll talk about that in a sec. So in my video entitled Which Way Next, I was talking about those three possibilities, those three main scenarios, breaking down further, breaking up pretty quickly, or the consolidation through time. And in this video here entitled Breakout, hopefully some of you actually got that joke or that reference to the song. I was talking about this breakout here. So let me punch in a little bit further. So we had broken through, excuse me guys, this symmetrical triangle right here, and we'd broken through to the upside. And we're hovering around about here at around about the price of it was about 2,575. Of course, we're using the bitcoinwisdom.com website. It's the Bitstamp exchange. Always remember that. And it is priced in US dollars. So we had broken out through here. And I was suggesting that, you know, this could be a possible turning point. And then I was still saying that we are very likely going to see a consolidation through time, but with a potential bias for this line here, this trend line, to continue being, I guess, the bottom price, and that we might just sort of creep up nice and slowly, going up and down, eventually, you know, breaking through the high. However, obviously, that hasn't happened. I didn't say it was an absolute guarantee, but I had a slight bias towards it. But we have bottomed out so far, this dip here, and a general, in the whole crypto space, basically, everyone's been calling it a bloodbath. Do you know how many bloodbaths I've seen? There's been quite a few. So, you know, yes, another crash in the cryptos, but, you know, it's pretty cyclical at the moment. It is tending to sort of resemble that crocodile teeth pattern that Cliff High and his Cliff High and his Webbot report has been talking about, the crocodile teeth. You guys, my subscribers, will know I have recently been purchasing the Cliff High Webbot reports. I've only bought a few and I'm still trialing it. I'm just, you know, as I'm a reason and evidence enthusiast, I'm seeing, you know, is it a pretty good predictive tool? But anyway, this sort of crocodile tooth pattern seems to be happening. And we're still in a consolidation through time. So we did bottom out so far here at around about $2,240 in US dollars. We have not broken down through this low here of 2120. So at the moment, my Fibonacci lines are still in play. That's from the high of 2980 and the low of 2120. And you've got these levels here, the 23.6, 38.2, 50%, 61.8, and 76.4. And as I said in this video here, I think we're still going to go through a consolidation through time. Nothing yet is telling me that we're definitely going to have a breakdown through here. What we'd want to see, though, is interesting, isn't it? The trend line analysis, particularly this line right here, as this was broken. But as you can see here, when we were about here from last week, we came down to the range of the 50% Fibonacci line, sort of tested the 61.8, and then we had this little test of this trend line here, as you can see, but we did break it down through that. And if you take a look at this trend line right here, and this is going back from the high of 2980 through these key highs right here, you can even see that we're bumping up against this line right here. It's trend line, pretty interesting trend line analysis. So what we'd want to see, if we're going to continue a consolidation through time, if we're going to just continue sort of up and down for a little bit, how long, we don't exactly know. But, you know, the consolidation through time will have to end eventually. but we would want to see the price break up through this trend line here and sort of just continue sort of bouncing in between the Fibonacci lines. So we'd want to see it break above here at around about 23.80, and we'd want to see it preferably sort of come up and touch this price point here of about 24.60, and maybe just in, in that kind of range, preferably, hitting the 50% mark here and sort of just in a little range up and down. But we definitely want to see it break above this trend line here in order to say, okay, it's a continuation of a consolidation through time. If we did start seeing prices breaking down and then this continually becoming a resistance point, that's when we'd be talking about, okay, we may have a test of this 2120 and possibly then even a breakdown further to test these levels here. And I've talked about those levels. You've got the main level here of around about this old high here of about 1900 roughly, and you've got this little extra level here of 1850. And breaking down from there, look, you've got the bottom end of the trend channel. I still don't think we're going to hit the bottom end of this trend channel yet. I'd give it, downgrade it to maybe about a 10% chance. I still think we are going to have this consolidation through time, but as I am a reason and evidence enthusiast, we do want to see it break above here and stay above here and maybe, come back and touch this line here, but preferably come up to around about the 50% Fibonacci line and just sort of start trading from there, in between there, and preferably not breaking down through this line again. I think that's going to be it for now. Not much more to say. If you haven't been following my videos on the Populous token, the Populous launch just happened recently. It was an interesting time. Maybe check out that video. It was a very eventful 24-hour period when the Populous token launched. Everything's cool. We've all got our tokens, and actually the price has been doing really quite well. I've already made an unrealized gain of quite a lot of money, quite a lot of ether. So maybe check out that video if you're interested. If you're interested in buying Populous, of course, take everything I say with financial advice. Don't do your own research. Don't just jump in because I say so. But you would have to head over to Ether Delta and purchase on that market. You need Ethereum to do it. What I would highly suggest is that you do a YouTube search, something along the lines of how to trade with Ether Delta or how to use Ether Delta, and there should be people who are giving you hopefully a step-by-step instruction of how to do it. It is a fiddly market and it is incredibly unforgiving. There is no automatic trades in this. So for example, give you a quick little heads up. And this is where a lot of people get trapped. Okay, so let's say you see a price here of someone wants to sell for 0.02. Okay, and then what you do, because in other marketplaces you'll hit a buy order here, and you'll think it's going to at 0.02, and you think it's going to automatically trigger that buy. No, there's no automatic triggers here. What will happen is your 0.02 order will go at the top of the line here, and then anyone trading on the website can nab that sale, okay, that purchase that you want to make. So it's not automatic, and be very, very careful, dudes. Very, very careful with where you're putting your numbers. Put them in the right section, okay? That's the amount you want to buy of PPT. This is the price that you're willing to pay. Do not get those confused, okay? Because we've seen some really stupid mistakes made. And most importantly, watch your zeros. Please watch your zeros. If you want to buy at 0.02, make sure it's 0.02 and not 0.2, because that will come up at the top of here, and you're going to have about 10 billion people. That's going to get snapped up in about 0.2 seconds flat, and you're going to lose a lot of ether. So just make sure, if you do want to trade Populous, or if you want to trade on Ether Delta, just really make sure you know what you're doing. Cross your T's and dot your I's. But that's if you want to learn more about Populous, check out my videos. It's been doing very well. but you may consider getting into other ICOs, international initial coin offerings. I will be doing videos on new upcoming initial coin offerings that I will be getting into. So maybe hit that subscribe button on my channel. Thanks very much, gang. Stay safe, stay informed. Speak soon.